everyone, Gaara here and welcome to a brand new deck tech video. Today I'm gonna talk about easy big priest. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So here's the deck list. As you guys can see, the first thing that you will notice is that I decided to include N'Zoth the Corruptor on top of the Isharash package. And that is mainly because when I started playing the original list, if you want to call it like that, that just focuses on Isharash, Ysera, Obsidian Statue, Lich King, and that's pretty much it for the minions and the barons, of course. I realized very quickly that it is incredibly slow. You have many bad hands with Potion of Madness and Master Spell and whatever was in the deck, and that you run out of resource very quickly. Also, another thing is, you just draw your minions very fast, and so I had many games where I just pulled one minion with the Isharash and then my deck was out of minions, so that felt really bad. Also on top of it, if you play only like 5 minions and most of them cost 9 mana, like the Obsidian Statue, Ysera and Isharash, that's like so slow and clunky. So whenever you don't draw like a god hand, you have this clunky, super expensive hand that is like super unplayable. So just to have more resources, I decided to play the N'Zoth, or the N'Zoth package if you want to call it like that. The first card that I included was Cairne. I think Cairne is just fantastic. It is obviously one of the best cards you can pull from Barnes, one of the best cards you can get from N'Zoth, and from the Isharash, and from the Shadow Essence as well. It's effectively just playing a 5/5 Cairne instead of a 4/5 Cairne. It's just a better Cairne, so pretty good. And obviously to resummon the Cairne from the Eternal Servitude is also really good. I'm not sure why people don't play the Cairne. It just seems absolutely insane. It was performing really good for me. And also what I noticed from the original list is you play so few minions that you always choose which minion to summon from the Eternal Servitude. I think you have so few minions that you have too few minions that die during a game. Many games I was stuck with just not being able to play a minion. If you don't hit the barns, nothing will die before like turn 8, before we play the Lich King, or turn 9. So the Eternal Servitude is a completely dead card. So I really wanted to play faster minions with the Infested Tauren. I was playing the Twilight Summoner at first, but it seemed like you can really abuse him very poorly in Priest. Which means you don't really have like synergies with your hero power, or the one damage on the main body does too much. Yes, it's a great card to pull, one of the best cards to pull from the Shadow Essence actually, because it's just a better Cairne pretty much. But yeah, overall it just was underperforming and I was losing too much to aggro, so I went for the Infested Tauren. Infested Tauren is like, much worse, the Death Rattle, if you pull it from the Essence, but it's much better with the Isharash and then the N'Zoth, in my opinion. It's very powerful to pull Death Rattle minions with Taunt from the N'Zoth, and as you can see, this deck has a lot of taunts, so you can utilize your Isharash as a defensive play if you have like an incredibly high chance to pull a taunt minion. And the more taunt the better, the more minions the better. The deck still doesn't have that many minions for Eternal Servitude. I never had problems finding always a powerful minion from the Eternal Servitude. I think this is like a little bit overrated in terms of that you have to play only 5 minions or so to always pick like the minion you want. So I think it's okay to have a little bit more minions. So overall the deck list was performing quite decently. It can still be improved, but this is what I have for now. I would rate this archetype tier 3. I wanted to rate it lower at first, but since I made some drastic changes to the list, I would now rate it around tier 3, which is playable. You can get around 50% win rate with this deck. Yeah, it heavily relies on the Barnes Highroll. Unfortunately, if you get the Barnes, this deck feels like a tier 1 deck. But if you don't hit the Barnes, then it is very rough sometimes. You have a lot of board clears. It is very difficult to play. You always have to think when you use the Shadow Visions. Oftentimes it's better to just not play the Shadow Visions and wait for the combo pieces. For example, you wait for the Pint-Size Potion draw and then you try to find the Shadow Ward Horror, and the other way around as well. And because sometimes if you Shadow Visions on turn 2, you just get to choose 3 spells and you haven't even seen what kind of archetype your opponent plays, and you haven't seen like any of the combo pieces, so you might just pick the wrong card. So it's very interesting how the deck is played. It's a lot of fun to play, even though it's not that powerful, but it's a very cool new priest archetype and I really enjoy playing it. and I think it is playable, but it is not super powerful. And I'm also gonna show you some gameplay now. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll be back in a second. Just mulligan everything away. I got the binds and the Nazarth. It's like the only bad outcome. Oh, easy game. Ooh, I can even silence what I pull. I guess I wanna save the... Oh man, that's bad. That's good. That's very good. Because the next 2 turns are hero power pass, so it's had to be. I mean, yeah, pretty good. That's how the game, the deck works pretty much. It's easy mulligan if all 3 cards are bad. Not the dream hand. You know, I admire Keeper. How do Jade Druids always draw like so insane amount of ramp always? I would say hero power pass multiple turns in a row is not the best.
The circle of life is over.
I mean, next turn I would Dragonfire Potion. I literally hero power passed every turn. My first play was turn 6.
Tonight, a tale of true terror.
And that's it for today's deck tech video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as always. I will be back tomorrow with another one as always. Thank you guys so much for watching once again and for subscribing. I really appreciate that. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.